Hi there! War of Kings is on Tabletopia, and that means it's free to play. So I want to give you a quick rundown on how to use it so you can check out the game and play with your friends. When you click on the link, you're going to come to a page like this. This is where you can create a game room for War of Kings and also invite all of your friends. So here I am here, and I don't know, I'll just click over here to a 6-player game. We have the winter board loaded, and we can have all the setups for up to 6 players. And then I will click play. This will take me to the game room. So here I am in the black player's position. It looks absolutely beautiful. We're very happy with the way that the game looks here on Tabletopia. So it's very easy to manipulate objects here in Tabletopia. You can see my cursor looks like a hand, and all I have to do is hover over an object I would like to move, hold down and click on it, and then I can move it to wherever I would like on the game board. Tabletopia is very free form like that. One of my favorite features about Tabletopia is the flip. So if you right-click on an object which is capable of being flipped over, you right-click, go to flip, and it flips over the token. So as you can see, the army counters have both the ready and unready side, just like they do in the physical version of the game, for you to flip back and forth. Here is a counter for damage, and as you can see, it's also flippable as well. In order to stack things up, just drag it over the stack. When the stack highlights, it'll return it to the stack. And we have also made sure that the damage counters are the same size as the armies, so you can see that you can stack them right up just as you would in the game as well to indicate damage to an army. We give everyone a stack of roads. Here are extraterritorial control markers, and as you can see, I have villages, towns, and cities lined up over here as well. Here is your Kingdom Economic Ledger. We use these counters here to keep track of what resources you're entitled to. And as you can see, we already have it set up for you when you sit down for your starting kingdom. If you need to change up these numbers, as you undoubtedly will as your kingdom grows and expands, if you right-click on a counter and then go over here to plus or minus, you can increase or decrease the counter by the appropriate number. If you have a scroll wheel on your mouse, you can also scroll up or down to change the numbers on any of the counters in a more free-form kind of way. We are also using these counters to keep track of the amount of resources and gold that you have with you at any particular time. So you can see here are the counters for those, also set up for the initial starting setup, and you can right-click on those and increase or decrease them as you accumulate resources or as you spend resources to build out your kingdom. Let me show you the camera controls. This is also very important to be able to get around the Tabletopia table very quickly. If you right-click in an area which doesn't have anything, you'll see that I bring up this object called camera view here, and we've pre-built a couple of camera views for you. If I go to 0, then it's going to take me out so I can see the entire game board and get a complete overview. And from there I can zoom in or zoom out on whatever part of the board that I need. And if I want to get back to my seat quickly, then I can right-click, go to the camera, and click back on 1, and I get back to my view so I can manipulate my kingdom. Let me show you a couple of other things that will help you out as you play. You can see that we have all of the dice right over here, so I'm going to zoom in on them. If you hold down Shift, you can select multiple objects at once, so I can select all of these dice and move them. If I just click on one, I can move one at a time, but if you need to roll multiple dice like you do when you're fighting, well, then you can hold down Shift, pick up all of the dice, and move them. And then while they're selected, you can right-click and say Roll, and it will roll the dice for you. We're particularly proud of the implementation of the custom dice here in Tabletopia. They all came out looking very nicely. Over here in this corner, you will find all of the decks of cards, including the event deck, the Malador deck, and the achievement cards. You will also find the Malador miniatures, the Malador territorial control markers, and also their armies. We've also put an exploration table over here on the table for your reference during the game, and then here are our fortification tokens as well. In order to draw a card during the game, just right-click on the deck, go to Draw, and say Draw 1. And it will place that card in your hand, which is down here at the bottom of the screen. This icon right over here tells you how many cards are in your hand, and also allows you to toggle whether or not you see them or not at the bottom of the screen as you'd like as you play the game. If you're ready to play a card, then you can take it out of your hand and set it over here on the table and into a discard pile when you're ready. Tabletopia's implementation of objects currently doesn't allow us to have a hollow object like the fortification rings are really in the game, so we came up with this solution. Here is your walls, here is the fortress, and then here is the castle right here. And so when you're ready to fortify a settlement, all you need to do is take the fortification, set it down, and then take one of the settlements and place it on top of the fortification. And that will indicate a fortified settlement. One final thing that might help you out as you're playing is that we do have the player reference sheets also here in the game for you. We just stacked them up on the table for you, but if you'd like, you could put them in your hand. You can, by the way, anytime look at an object on the table by hitting the space bar, and so this is a good way to check the player reference sheet so you can see all of the prices for everything in the game. If you'd like to keep one with you at all times, then just go to Draw 1, and it will stick it over here in your hand for you to reference easily and quickly throughout the game. Alright, I guess that's it for my brief overview of the Tabletopia implementation of War of Kings. We hope you like it. Check it out to the link below. Anybody can access it and play for free. Invite your friends when you create a game room, or just create your own game room and check out all of the game components that we have here in War of Kings. Play around with it. It's lots of fun. Maybe I'll see you around Tabletopia for a game sometime. But I also look forward to seeing you in a future video.